Hello everyone, my name is Elspeth, you're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon, and today we are going to be opening up a Zendikar Rising Gift Edition. It's think of it like the Collector's Edition version of the bundle. It has most of the same stuff, except for a few things that we will go over very shortly. But anyways, let's just get into it, shall we? So, all in all, gift bundles are identical to normal bundles that you see in your local game store, except for a few minor differences. First up, you get a different design of the box, which is all in that really neat etched foil. You get an actual hard version of the poster. And the actual poster that you get usually on the inside sleeve of the bundles, if I can carefully open them up, is a little bit different as well. So that's what that looks like. And the also outside's in foil. In the box itself, you still get your 10 booster packs, 10 normal booster packs, I should say, of Zendikar Rising, or whatever the set is, but also you get a collector's edition booster as well. And the rest is pretty much all the same. You still get the cards, you've got your land packs, your foil ones, and your non-foil ones. I hope someday they decide to give the unique promo to the collector's bundles just to make them a little bit more different. And also, the die is different as well. I wish they swapped the die colours around, because I actually honestly preferred the colour from the normal bundles over this one. You know, just swap the colours around and it would have been fine. But enough about that. We'll just put these to the side here. And we'll get to cracking the packs. We'll save the collector's booster for last. And we will get to it. I was happy that I actually ended up getting these, because my poor local game store had a bit of a shipping delay, as with, you know, the way that the things are in the world right now. Let's go through the commons. First uncommon is a Lull Mage's Dominion. Second uncommon is a Lull Mage's Familiar. Our dual face card is an Akum Warrior. And our rare is a Craig Baylor. So for 5 and 2 green, you get a creature beast. It's a 6/6. You can kick it for 2 and a green. It can't be countered. It has hexproof and haste. And if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 4+1/+1 counters on it. We've got our full art land there. And our ad card, which really should be an arena code. Wizards, call me. Alright, next up. Some commons. First uncommon is an Attended Healer. Second uncommon is a Marasa Sproutling. Third uncommon, which is our dual face card, is a Black Bloom Rogue. And our rare is actually a mythic. It's actually Morag, a Fury of Akum in the showcase artwork. So for 4 and 2 red, you get a legendary creature Minotaur Warrior. It's a 6/6. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. And it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of the combat, untap all creatures you control. And you get a swamp and a dual face card checklist. Dual-faced modal card checklist card. Next up, got some commons. We're going to Akum Hellhound in the showcase artwork. Okay, our first uncommon is Sure-Footed Infiltrator. Second uncommon is Spoils of Adventure. Our dual-faced modal card for this is Spark-Filled Hazard. And our rare is Soul Shadow. So for 2 and a black, you get an instant. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. And we've got a foil Teeterpick Ambusher. Right there, so we'll put that foil there. We've got our basic land, And we've got our black-green Hydra for Gagrock. Alright, next up. Our first uncommon is Cleric of Life's Bond. Second uncommon is a Mind Carver. Our dual-face modal card is Peleka Predation. And our rare is Grackmore, actually the card that makes the Hydra tokens. Skyclave Ravager. So for 1 black and a green, you get a legendary creature Hydra Horror. Grackmore Skyclave Ravager enters the battlefield 3+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Grackmore. When Grackmore dies, create an XX black and green Hydra creature token where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Grackmore. Got a Plains and a dual face checklist. Alright. Some commons here. Our first uncommon is Skyclave Plunder. Second uncommon is Brushfire Elemental in that cool showcase artwork. Our dual face modal card for this pack is Kazul's Fury. And our rare is Linvala, Shield of Seagate. So for 1 white and a blue, you get a legendary creature Angel Wizard with flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, choose target non-land permanent an opponent controls. Until your next turn, it can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. You can sacrifice Linvala, choose hexproof or indestructible creatures you control, gain that ability until end of turn. Got a Plains and a dual face modal. Alright. Our commons. Our first uncommon is Vanquish's Mace. Second uncommon is Lithoform Blight. Our dual face modal card is Kalani Ambush, and our rare is Kazar Royal Chaser. So for a blue and a red, you get a legendary creature Human Wizard. It has flying and haste. You can tap it and have the next instant or sorcery card that you cast this turn will cost X less to cast, where X is the number of wizards you control as this ability resolves. Got our Mountain and our dual face checklist card. Alright, so we'll go through the commons. Alright, so our first uncommon is an Attended Healer. Second uncommon is an Iridescent Horn Beetle. Our third uncommon is a Long Mage's Dominion, and our rare is our dual face modal card for the pack is Kazandu Mammoth. So for 1 and 2 green, you get a 3/3 creature elephant with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Kazandu Mammoth gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And you can have it flipped to be Kazandu Valley. Got our Mountain and a Goblin Construct, which is actually Tuk-Tuk's head, if you're familiar with that creature's lore at all. Tuk-Tuk was an explorer in Zendikar, got caught up in some ruins, got cursed, became a golem, and, you know, that's his head. Alright. Our first uncommon is Journey to Oblivion. Our second uncommon is a Veteran Adventurer. Our third uncommon, which is our dual face card for the pack, is Makindi Stampede. And our rare is Nahiri's Lithoforming. So for X and 2 red, you get a sorcery. Sacrifice X lands. For each land card sacrificed this way, you draw a card. You may play X additional lands this turn. Lands that you control enter the battlefield tapped this turn. And we've got a foil spare supplies. Got our Mountain and our checklist card, our ad card. Alright, so we have our commons. Into the Royals, a great reprint. Alright, so our first uncommon is Imara Mystic. Second uncommon is Blood Chief's Thirst, which is great in standard. Our third uncommon is a Skyclave Geopede, and our rare is actually one of the dual face modal lands. So this is the Needle Verge pathway, which can also be the Pillar Verge pathway. And they both are lands that come to play untapped. But you can choose which side that you want. Alright, and our last of our normal packs is right here before we go into our collector's booster. Okay, so our first uncommon is Moss Pit Skeleton. Second uncommon is Relic Amulet. Our dual-face modal card for the pack is Zoth Consumption, and our rare is Zagreus, Thief of Heartbeat. So for 4, a black and a red, you get a legendary creature, Vampire Rogue. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. It has Flying, Death Touch, and Haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker, so it's effectively got Planeswalker Death Touch. Got our Island and our Drake. Now, for the thing we've all been waiting for, our collector's boosty. Who doesn't love a good little collector's boosty every now and then, huh? Alright. So we've got our foil commons and uncommons here. Our foil land. We've got a full art Charix the Raging Isle. So for 2 and 2 blue, you get a legendary creature, Leviathan Crab. Spells your opponent's cast that target Charix the Raging Isle cost 2 more to cast, and can pay 3 to give Charix +X, -X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. Our foil rare is Confounding Conundrum. So for 1 and a blue, you get an enchantment. When Confounding Conundrum enters the battlefield, you draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. So great way to stuff up fetchlers. Got an Akum Hellhound as our one of our showcase cards. We've got everyone's favourite Ruin Crab as well. We also got Pylath, the World Sculpt. So we got a common, an uncommon, and a rare in our showcase cards. Pylath is a 4, a red and a green legendary creature elemental. It's a 5/5. When Pylath, the World Sculptor, enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green planet creature token for each basic land, and it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 +1/+1 counters on it, on target planet you control. When I played Draft of this set not too long ago, my opponent actually played one of these, created 5 green plants. I realized I was in a lot of trouble. I was in blue-black. I knew I had a copy of Bloodchief's Thirst. I happened to actually draw it. I played it, cast it, destroyed the Pylath without getting the plant trigger. And also, I managed to buy back that Bloodchief's Thirst to destroy another creature later on. Our foil showcase card is Fearless Fledgling. Our foil full art is Aura Skyclave Hierophant, which is actually the buy box promo. Well, this version of it at least. So for 2 white and a black, you're a legendary creature called Cleric. Whenever Aura Skyclave Hierophant or another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with less converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. And our foil token is a Drake and a plant. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick little opening of a Zendikar Rising gift bundle. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. It lets people know that we exist and that we are making content. You can follow me on Twitter. Links are down below. You can also find us at the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook, where you can find all of our videos that we put in, and I try to make content for that page specifically whenever I can. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.